Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Michaela, looking a little bit like an egg today. And today I'm going to be doing the long-awaited book Q&A. So I have my questions that you asked me over on Insta, and I'm going to answer them. Question number 1. How do you stick with one WIP, work in progress? I'm having some issues with switching stories. Alright, well, let me just be completely honest with you. Whenever I have a new idea, I kind of just find a way to make it fit into my book. Since I'm only writing the second one right now, there's still plenty of time for me to change the story, add things in. So I don't really have that problem. How many hours do you typically spend on writing a day? Here's the tea. I am terrible at keeping schedules, being consistent. So some days I will write nothing, just like all week. There'll be absolutely no words onto the page coming out of my brain. And then sometimes I'll write like 4 chapters in one day. Or when I wrote the outline for book 2, I finished the whole thing in an entire day. After sitting there and thinking about, I should really do my outline for 2 months. So, how many books are going to be in the series? There's going to be 5. As of right now, 5. Is there something you wish you did different about your book? Yup. I'll take this to my grave. People always ask me for writing advice, and my number one thing is, if you're going to write, make an outline, because I didn't for my first book. And let me tell you, the first draft was trash. Nothing connected. Like, the plot lines were all over the place. What was the foreshadowing? Babe, what was going on? So I just tell that to everyone, make an outline. It will make your life so much easier. Do you have a least favorite character? I do. Of my actual characters, probably Hattie, and she's the main character. But I was on FaceTime with my friend Sydney one time, at Hamilton Writes on Instagram. Go follow her. And I was talking about like how much I hated my main character, and she goes, "Oh, well, she like reminds me quite a lot of you." And I was like, "Oh, that's why." Tips on world building. Just have your notes app so that just anytime you have an idea, write it down, and then soon you'll have like notes upon notes of like, and be able to construct a perfect kind of explanation. I like to have explanations for everything, even if the explanation's not in the book, just so I know like what's really going on here. For my classes of Mythic, I have a guide in the back of book 1 that you'll be able to take a peek at, and sort yourself, because I love like sorting into like classes and stuff, so you can take a look at that once the book comes out. What type of scenes do I like to write the best? Oof. Well, I probably shouldn't say this. I like writing scenes where the characters go through a lot of trauma. I love like seeing the characters like go through things, or romance scenes, but there's not a lot of that in the first book, but there is in the second one. What times of the day do you like best for writing? I would say like late at night or like very early in the morning. What did your planning process look like? So for me, my planning process for book 2 was a lot of notes, a lot of thinking, a lot of random plot points put into my notes app, and eventually constructing it into a short summary of what I wanted to happen, and then breaking it down chapter by chapter. Not everyone's outline needs to be this complicated or complex. Mine just is, particularly because the POVs switch for every chapter. So I need to know chapter 1, that's Hattie's POV. This is what's happening. So it's kind of like chapter 1, who it's by, and then a bulleted list of what needs to happen. How did you gain the confidence to publish your book? This is a good question to end off on. If you are a young author and you're considering publishing, my advice is to just go for it. First of all, YOLO. Second of all, think about how cool it will be to tell people that you're a published author. That's incredible. that is fabulous. I would say to gain enough confidence, you just really have to believe in yourself and believe in your story. And trust me, I understand that that is very hard sometimes. I doubt myself constantly. I have a love-hate relationship with my book, honestly, and I don't think it's very realistic to expect that you're going to love your book 100% of the time. I don't think that's realistic at all. And actually, I was talking to my mom about this the other day. I was like, I can't, like, publishing is so close. Why do I still have doubts about this? Like, what is going on in my brain? Like, why can't I just be excited? And she's like, well, of course you're nervous. Of course you're doubtful. Like, you're publishing a book, you're putting your work out into the world. Like, it would be more concerning if you weren't a little bit terrified for that. But whenever it comes down to it, I just list the pros and cons, and I'm like, what did I start doing this for? I started doing it because I like writing, but also because I want people to read this story. I want it to be out in the world. And also, I just think when I am feeling particularly bad about my book, I think about the fact that I wrote it. We don't give ourselves enough credit for like creating a whole universe of characters. Like, I think that's basically it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and for being here and for following and listening. Yeah, it was so nice talking to you guys. Let me know what videos you want to see. Give this like a big thumbs up if you liked watching it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.